Hello everyone and welcome to my latest video. My name's Julianne Richards and I'm a independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in sunny southern Tasmania. Today what I'd like to show you is a layered stamped card featuring some of the stamps and products from our latest pre-release bundle offer in association with the upcoming 2018-2019 annual catalogue. Now these bundles are available to customers until the 31st of May, and while the individual items will still be available in the new catalogue from the 1st of June, buying them as a bundle before that date you actually get some free items including cardstock, envelopes and embellishments. So it's really worth grabbing these during the pre-release period, you know, each bundle basically comes with everything you need to create a range of beautiful unique cards for the beginner and the seasoned traveller with Stampin' Up and with stamping. So what I thought I'd do today is show you a layered stamp card using these bundles. I have actually made a stamp, a card, this card here, which is actually on my blog at the moment. I'll leave the link to my blog in the description so you can see this card uses the gorgeous stemmed flowers from the Love What You Do stamp set, the small stem here and the watercolour blob all around. And it is a lovely card in the fact that you sort of get a 3D effect where the contrast card cuts through the stamps, which I find really interesting. So I wondered for the longest time how people actually achieved this result. Were they cutting panels out of cards? How did they do it? And I was really pleased when I found a technique online and I'd like to share with you today. But anyway, that card there, as I say, is on my blog at the moment with all the measurements. It actually uses new products from the catalogue. The cardstock is the Grapefruit Grove, which is a new colour for 2018-19. Comes in the cardstock and the stamp pad, of course. It's really lovely and bright. The old favourite Very Vanilla there with the stamps on it, and the stems and leaves are Old Olive, which is an ongoing colour, so you'll be able to grab that one as well. What I thought I'd do today is show you the same sort of stamp card, but using different stamps from the collection. This is the one I thought I'd show you today. It uses some of my favourites. The cardstock is actually Wisteria Wonder, and along with the stamp pad. Now keep in mind Wisteria Wonder is a retiring colour. It's got a worthy replacement, but if you do love this one, I'd suggest you jump in and grab it ASAP. It is on while stocks last at the moment. The green in it is the Tranquil Tide, which I'm pleased to say is an ongoing colour, so that's really great. And our Very Vanilla for the stamping as well. So the stamp I've used for this one is this tiny little, you know, blink and you miss it stamp on this Make a Difference stamp set. It's sort of one of those stamps you might not even look at, but as you can see here, it's lovely and effective in combination with the flowers and stems and the sentiment. So well, that's the one we're going to use. So I won't waste any more time. I'll show you how to make that card. Okay, so there's a lot of cutting with this card, and it's got to be quite precise. So what I've actually done is, as I say, the measurements are on my blog, so if you'd like to pop over there. But basically what you do is you get our standard size base card in your colour. So that's basically a 8 1/4 by 5.5 inch card scored in the middle to create a 5.5 inch by 4 1/8 inch card. And then you layer your cards on top. So you've got a Very Vanilla layer there, which is 5 3/8 by 4 inches. Then you come in about 1/2 inch all around with your contrast colour again. So you've got a 3 1/4 inch by 4 3/8 inch there. You come back in again. So you've got slightly smaller again. So this is the Very Vanilla. You've got a 4 1/4 inch by a 3 1/8 inch. Coming back in again, the smallest layer in this case Wisteria Wonder is 3 3/8 inch by 2 1/4 inch, and the final layer of your Very Vanilla is 3 1/4 inches by 2 1/8 inch. So that's your basic card. So once you've done all that cutting, so the trick to this card is that if you get all your Very Vanilla layers together and position them how you would like to see them on your final card, just stick them together, excuse me while I get my tape runner, stick them together with some temporary adhesive, roughly in the position that you envisage them in your final card. Just an eye there. So that's how you temporarily stick them together, and then you get your stamp and your stamp pad and you decorate and you stamp all around that in that position. So I'll just stamp all around, just bear with me for a minute. So the idea with this is to go over the layers so that, you know, your stamp goes across the top and the side, the top and the bottom, and gives you that layered effect. So rotate your stamp as you go. Just up and down. You can see there, you will actually find, because you are stamping over layers of card, there will be little gaps where the stamp doesn't quite make contact with the cardboard, but that's fine, because what you're going to do when you layer it with the contrast colour, you won't see those spaces. It's also nice to pop off the edge a tiny bit, so make sure you're stamping on an area that you don't mind getting a little bit inky. Rotate again. Just finish all that around and pop one in there. Slightly off the edge there. Oh, be careful there, Julianne. Got a bit of ink around there. One more in the corner, and one more there. Cool. Okay, so that's, you've got your green stamped on there with all your stamps sort of overlaying the layers of the card. The next thing to do is to add to colour in the flowers. So I won't make you sit through that, I'll just show you. What I've done with this is I've actually used our aqua pens. I haven't put any water in them, but if you squish your stamp pad together, you get a little bit of glue on the ink on the top, and you can just use that. That's been in water, so it's got a little bit of water in it, but I haven't added any to the inside of the pen. And you can just watercolour in your flowers all the way around. Now, I won't make you sit through me watercolouring all those. That would be a little bit boring, but hopefully you can see what I mean there and what the end result will be. So yet again there I've just used our aqua pen. They have a beautiful fine tip, so you can do all that fine work around, and you can see what it looks like when you've completed the flowers on that one. Okay, so that's so at this stage you could probably also do your sentiment. On this one you can see I've used You Make Me Smile. With this one I think I'll use Thank You. So I'll also use the Wisteria Wonder. Pop a little thank you in the middle there, just to get it as positioned as straight as I can. There we go. Lovely. Okay, so that's all your stamping done with that one. So you can imagine with all that coloured in. So the final thing you do is to actually assemble your card is you detach all these and you introduce the appropriately sized contrast colour. Words left me there. So what I just do is attach each of these very vanilla stamped panels to their next sized up contrast. There's one. Oh, a bit of a splodge there. I'm sure you'll be far more neat than me. Got a bit of water on this table. And that one there. And then this one to your base card. And then each of these, being careful to line your flowers up with each other. You can see there that the contrast, the Wisteria Wonder in this case, covers up any gaps that you've added to there. Put that on there. Oops. Cool. And that's that card complete. As you can see, I think that's glorious. I think that's going to be one of my favourite designs from going forward. Bit of a splodge there, but nobody's perfect. That's great. So there's a layered stamp card using the small leaves and blooms from the Make a Difference stamp pad. I think that's a lovely design. As I said, all these stamps and colours, except for the Wisteria Wonder, are available in the new catalogue. They're also available as part of the Share What You Love bundles that are currently available on the Stampin' Up website. If you'd like to see more, go to my blog, which I'll put the links in the description of this video. If you'd like to join my team, the Happy Stampers, the Chatty Stampers, we've got lots of support and great fun as we support each other in our Stampin' Up journey. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep tuned. Please subscribe to see future videos, and catch you later.